Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time joining, then welcome. My name is Chantel. Today I'm excited because I'm bringing to you some holiday cookies, peanut butter and sugar cookies. They happen to be vegan and gluten-free, so if you are looking for a recipe, then stay tuned. I found these recipes online and matched up a bunch of different recipes that I thought would go well together, and this peanut butter recipe has not failed me yet. So let's get into the video. I'm going to start off by putting a cup of peanut butter and a cup of my brown sugar in a bowl. Don't worry guys, I'm going to put all of the measurements down in the comment section so you guys can follow along. Now I'm going to add my vanilla extract to this mixture and continue to blend. In a separate bowl, I'm going to combine my coconut flour, baking soda, and salt and mix it up. Once everything is ready to be combined, I'm going to basically alternate by putting a little bit of almond milk into the bowl, and then afterwards a little bit of the dry mixture, blend it up, and then do it all over again. You don't want to over blend the batter, so you'll know when it's done once everything starts to come together and form little bitty balls. Now that the hard part is done, it's time for us to start making and cutting out our cookies. So I put a little bit of coconut flour on the counter so the dough doesn't stick, and then I'll go ahead and roll it out and then cut it. So I use coconut flour for the peanut butter and the sugar cookies because I thought the flavor combination would be great, but I hadn't ever used it to bake. I will say that the cookies came out a little bit more gritty and a lot less smooth than it would be if I had used a different kind of flour. So I recommend, if that bothers you, to use like a oat flour, spelt flour, almond flour, because those are all gluten-free. Also, if you don't like the taste of coconut, then I would recommend you using one of those other types of flour as well, because it does taste a little like coconut. Once I get finished cutting out all my Christmas trees and my snowmen, it's time for me to put it in the oven. So I cooked it for about 7 to 8 minutes, which made them still soft. Once you bring them out of the oven, don't be alarmed if they are still soft, because they will harden over time, trust me. Also, remember, you're making vegan cookies, so there's no such thing as them being raw. You can literally like eat that out of the bowl and be just fine, and actually it would taste delicious too. While I'm letting my peanut butter cookies cool off, it's time for me to get started with the sugar cookies. So ingredients are equally easy. We have coconut flour, maple syrup, vanilla extract, salt, raw cane sugar, butter, water, and baking powder. So very simple. I'm going to take the softened butter and sugar and blend it up. While I do that, I'm going to slowly add in my coconut flour until it starts to clump up a little bit. Y'all know that I like things to be very simple, and this is the simplest recipe that I could find out there. All I'm gonna do is add one at a time the rest of my ingredients. So my baking powder, the salt, the vanilla extract, the maple syrup, and then the last ingredient that I'm gonna add in is the water, which I'm gonna add in very, very slowly until the dough starts to clump up. Once your dough is formed, then it's time to knead it out and roll it out. So I put a little bit of coconut flour on the counter to make sure it doesn't stick, a little bit extra on the rolling pin, and roll it on out so you can start to cut out your shapes. My dough was still a little sticky, so I started to use oat flour, and that works so much better. So if you see the other types of flour. That's the oat flour that I'm using to help me roll out and flatten the dough a little bit better. Once the cookies are cut out, I'm just adding a little bit more raw sugar cane to the top. And that's how you get your sugar cookies. I put these right in the oven for about 6 to 8 minutes on 350. But you want to make sure you keep an eye out on them because they are sugar cookies and they can brown very quickly. Now it's time to make my favorite part, which was the vanilla icing. Y'all, I was so excited about how this turned out. It was so good. So you start off by just blending your vegan butter until it becomes whipped. Then you add your vanilla extract and then your powdered sugar, a half a cup at a time. You want to have on the side just a little bit of non-dairy milk to ensure that when it gets thick, you can loosen it up with the milk. So you're only adding a splash. The only purpose of that milk is to make sure that the batter doesn't get too thick. You can use a spatula to scrape the sugar off the side to make sure you're mixing in all the ingredients. And once you're done, it's time to decorate your cookies. You can use a vegan food coloring or a natural way to color your icing if you want to, but I just decided to keep it the way it is because I was proud of how it turned out, and honestly, you know, I like to keep things simple. So this is the finished product. I was super proud of this because for one, I'm no artist, so just the fact that I was able to do this much, I was proud of myself. I had to give myself a little pat on the back. But anyways, you guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and family, and if you decide to make this recipe yourself, go ahead and put it in the comment section below. Let me know how you liked it. While you're here, you guys, hit on that red button to subscribe. You'll see the videos that I post every single week, and make sure you guys check out my countdown to the holiday playlist where you will see videos every single day until the holidays from moi. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and until next time, peace.